Great morning, world, and great morning, friends. This is the first episode of the new and final season of the Rise Up with Dragon show. Um, Thought we were going to be able to go live as well on Instagram, but doesn't seem to be activating right now. So, great morning, everybody. Great to be with you today. And I want to welcome everyone to season 4, what is the final season, the final chapter of what you've come to learn and know as the Rise Up with Dragon show. So this unique new format, this 5-minute format, is going to act as a tool basically to take your good morning and turn it into a great morning and place you as the dominant force in your life. So as a quick reminder, the Rise Up with Dragon podcast, as always, is sponsored by the amazing Karma Mind. And I want to invite everybody here to get into the float state with Karma Mind meditations and gear.
Get into the float state with Karma Mind meditations and gear.
All right, awesome. So let's kick this off. I always say ready, set, grow. So as I've mentioned before, this new format is going to be 5 days a week at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Today, we're going to give ourselves a little bit of liberty to go a little bit longer, under 10 minutes for sure, just because we have to lay the foundation and explain some things. It's the first episode of this new and last season. So this one is aptly named Great Morning. So a big part of my book research and self-work involves the study of transformation. So upgrading, the idea is upgrading the reality of you 1.0 to 2.0, from good to great. So at this time, at this current reality, I've actually finished my book. That's an 8-year project. And I've actually finished my book, which is set to launch in the first quarter of 2023, somewhere around February. So season 4 is going to actually represent and act as a tool that many of you that read the book and learn my morning routine, you're going to be able to use these rise ups as a tool in conjunction with what you learn through the book. So the episodes are going to be 5 minutes each. This is a big challenge for the dragon, but that's why I'm doing it. I like a challenge. They're going to be 5 minutes each, and they're going to go 5 days a week. And they're going to serve those that tune in live on the social media, like I see some of you, and feel free to make comments and chime in. It's always great to converse with some of you. But for those of you that tune in live on social media, or even use the recorded podcast, which will still be located at Rise Up with Dragon, it's going to be a tool that you're going to be able to use in the morning. And that's part of what I teach, to shift from unconscious to conscious, which is basically what happens in the morning. So to remove the blindfolds that have been placed very often in our minds by our mother, father, teacher, preacher, and society that has a tendency of pumping fear, uncertainty, and programs of learned helplessness into our perception and response systems in our everyday interface with the world. This makes things challenging, if you know what I'm saying. So these 5-minute daily rise ups, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, will help us reclaim control of our thoughts, feelings, and actions, and become the dominant forces of our days, weeks, months, years, and life. Now, I'm coming to you at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. For you West Coasters, I've already been up for 3 hours. My rise up begins at 4:30 a.m. Eastern. I've already done so many things. I've read, I've done some writing, I've done my motivationals, I've already exercised, I've showered, I've had my first fueling, and I've drinking water. So if you're joining us live at 4:30 a.m. On the Pacific Coast, hey, love you. And to our friends in Asia, it's evening, so you're winding down for the night. So welcome. So here's my thought for the day as we kick this off. Times are challenging. They're challenging. There's a perception that they're challenging, at least I could say, in our current reality. The act of consciously awakening is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity and being a critical ingredient. It's becoming a critical ingredient in the recipe for success, fulfillment, and joy. When our operating system unavoidably boots up each morning, which means we go from sleep unconscious to awake conscious, It has a tendency of booting up yesterday's experience. Therefore, we must take control of our thoughts, feelings, and actions so that we can create the reality that we desire, free from the learned past, the learned helplessness of the past. We don't need any more depression. We don't need any more anxiety or anger and frustration than is already there. If you agree with me. So this season, we're going to learn to rise up and shift from messed up to blessed up, from the dark into the light, from unconscious to conscious. I believe that the universe right now is calling for us to do so that we can be in better service to others and our overall higher purpose. I think that this is happening right now, and I think you probably know that this is happening. I observed something wonderful happening in the form of an awakening. Come run with me. That's my invite to you. Come run with me in this journey. Let's set some goals and learn how to get some goals. Let's win these mornings so that we can win these days. Over the next 3 to 4 months, or 3 to 4 months from now, this podcast is once again going to transform and evolve into its next form in conjunction with the book that's ready to launch. So have you been thinking about your life lately? Have you been thinking about your purpose? Do you have that rumbling in your stomach that says, I think that there's got to be more to this? Thinking about your potential. Are you open and ready to catch yourself right now? Are you open and ready to catch yourself drifting so that you can begin the process of shifting? Well, if that's you, I want to welcome you to season 4, the final season of the Rise Up the Dragon podcast. I've got a very interesting challenge for all my guests that are going to come on here in a 5-minute format. Welcome to the Rise Up the Dragon show, season 4, and welcome to your great morning. And I will see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m.